Yeah, man, they're planning on moving away from adult content, even though it's adult content that made the site what it is. I think this is a very unique and important opportunity for the left. So, popular adult content site OnlyFans is reportedly planning on moving away from adult content. I guess this is a article out of Insider. OnlyFans is reportedly in talks to raise new funding at a valuation above $1 billion as it plots to move away from adult content and become more mainstream. Getting some background into OnlyFans. So OnlyFans is a subscription content service based in London with an app that has millions of users. Users can charge monthly fees for an access to X-rated images, videos, and more. For every subscription that is sold to a viewer, performers get 80% of the cash while OnlyFans gets the rest, which is, of course, 20%. So real quick, OnlyFans, yeah, man, they're planning on moving away from adult content, even though it's adult content that made the site what it is. I think this is a very unique and important opportunity for the left to actually move certain issues that we want to get pressed forward, and I want to get more into detail with that. But first, I'm gonna give more context to OnlyFans. I want to talk about the owners, right? So in October of 2018, Florida-based internet adult content baron Leonid Ravinsky, now 39 years old, bought an estimated 75% of a growing but largely unheard of business called OnlyFans. At the time, London-based OnlyFans was a fledgling video and social site that allowed adult performers to make money from the comfort of their own homes. So then you can get you can set subscriptions from $5 to $50 a month, and performers keep 80% of what they charge, like I said before, and OnlyFans gets 20%. So going a little further into detail, with all film production, adult or otherwise, shuttering during the pandemic and millions of lonely people stuck at home, OnlyFans business has boomed. In the year through November 2020, OnlyFans posted revenues of $400 million. That was, during the pandemic. That's up 540% over the prior year, 80% which came from American customers. Yeah, we thirsty out here, y'all. And the number of creators nearly quintupled to 1.6 million. That's people that actually, create content on the site, including more mainstream stars like Cardi B, DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, and Rebecca Minkoff. The total number of paying fans rose more than 500% to 82 million. 82 million people visit OnlyFans, including me, y'all, just so you know. Profits after taxes rose to 60 million from 6.6 million. Forbes estimates that Radvinsky's stake in the Phoenix International, OnlyFans parent company, makes him a new billionaire worth some $1.8 billion. So, like I said, again, we know that OnlyFans was founded in 2016 by a British entrepreneur named Timothy Stokely, alongside his retired banker father, Guy Stokely, and brother Thomas. In UK filings, Radvinsky and Guy Stokely are listed as the company's sole directors. So there's only two directors, Radvinsky and Guy, the guy who started its father. And they declined to talk for this story. So this is where it gets really interesting. A little more context to this guy, Radvinsky. So while little else is known about Radvinsky is not flattering, some 20 years ago, before the internet adult content was widely available for free, he ran a small empire of websites that advertised access to illegal and hacked passwords to adult content sites, including ones that were advertised as featuring underage performers. In the late 1990s, such links were common and were used to market not just adult content, but online gambling and other gray market activities. Yeah, this guy was pretty nasty. Radvinsky was particularly aggressive. Looking through the Wayback Machine's website archive, Forbes uncovered 11 such sites, all created in the late 1990s and early 2000s by Radvinsky and his Glenview, Illinois-based business, Cybertania. They included Password Universe, which in 2000 published a link directing web users to a site claiming to offer P-words more than 10,000 legal preteen passwords. Jesus. In 1999, a site called Working Passes had a link for the hottest okay, look, I'm gonna link to this article below so y'all can read the rest of it. That's it for me on that. This is crazy. But yeah, this is one of the guys who run and own OnlyFans, 75% of it actually. And yeah, man, so now he's planning on trying to clean it up because he wants to sell it. He wants it to go more mainstream. And the point I want to make is all the people who popularize the site, the workers who actually, the adult content workers who actually did the groundwork to make the site what it is, are now going to get pushed, thrown to the wind, and it's just like, it is what it is, all because they have no ownership, they have no say so, they have no power within that company. So going back again to talking about the OnlyFans business, like I said, this is a very unique opportunity for the left. I want to flesh that out a little bit more, right? So OnlyFans takes 20% from its users. Now we can posit from that percentage, like most things, though, that cost is for the overhead, which what it takes to run the business, paying for server space, any people that need to do maintenance, customer service, whatever needs to be done on the back end to keep the business running. But also the profit margin for people like Radvinsky to actually get paid, and the board members, and none of those decisions that are made with anybody or any of those adult content makers have no say so in it. That in fact, that 20% number is basically arbitrarily picked by these guys who started this site, right? And I say arbitrarily. I'm sure they did their own calculations, whatever, but it's arbitrary in respect to the workers. The workers had no say so, no input on how much that would be, and they could lower or raise that cost. Not the workers, but the owners. This Radvinsky guy and Radvinsky and Stokely, Stokely family can do whatever they want. And I want to kind of, put a spotlight on that issue. I think adult content, and this right here, is a perfect vehicle and very powerful vehicle for pushing the cooperative movement and progressive ideas outside of elected politics, right? So why would I feel that way? Well, in case you didn't know, the adult content industry has been the backbone, basically. It's the reason why the internet is what it is today. You know what I mean? This is an article from Bangkok Post, no pun intended. This is, it's speaking on the importance of adult content. And so the internet owes a lot to adult content, whether we care to admit it or not. Without adult content driving growth and web technologies, picture formats, file sharing, and so on, the internet will probably not be what it is today. In the early days, trading adult content pictures occupied much of the internet's time and effort. Even before the internet, there were BBS full of adult content for downloading. I'm sorry for all the censored words, but I'm trying to, I'd rather this video not get suppressed more than it already probably is going to be, right? So, but yeah, man, so that's just, giving you context to how important this industry was, like literally, even including the Netflix model of subscription-based model, that all started from adult content on the internet. The internet, like, literally wouldn't be what it is. You see in this article right now, like people were, dudes working hard to get, trying to see titties in HD. You get what I'm saying? Like literally, there was a serious push to get high quality videos, and adult content was the driving vehicle for that. You know what I mean? And I think it's something that we on the left need to acknowledge and actually utilize more, and actually try to take advantage of. What do I mean by that? Right? So I'm gonna leave a link to another video by Adam. What's called Adam Ruins Everything, and he's talking about how sex workers settled the West. Which just means, like, back in the day when the gold rush happened, guys went out there, didn't build homes. They were just out there basically living in tents, mining gold, just trying to get out there, get to work. Women saw those guys out there, say with their business minded acumen, went out there, built up the brothels, built up the communities, literally the businesses that these guys would come back to, and then literally they get the gold, they bring it back here, and the women take that gold, and they made their money, you know what I mean, by it was just very smart and important. It's why it's California wouldn't be what it is today without that. The internet wouldn't be what it is today without adult content, without the sex worker community. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, from Netflix subscription models to file formats, to pictures, to literally the infrastructure of the internet. You know what I mean? Like it's all, it all has its roots based in the adult content, industry. And, they say the oldest profession, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, I think, we need to put our progressive money where our mouth is, proverbially speaking, and really, push for a cooperatively owned style OnlyFans. What that would do, and I guess give some context to what a cooperative is. So this is from the Democracy at Work Institute. Shout out Professor Richard Wolf, the guru, taught me everything I know about cooperatives, basically. But yeah, so what is a worker cooperative? A worker cooperative is a values-driven business that puts worker and community benefit at the core of its purpose. Two central characteristics of worker cooperatives are: workers own the businesses and they participate in its financial success on the basis of their labor contribution to the cooperative. And two, workers have representation on and vote for the board of directors, adhering to the principle of one worker, one vote. So it's it's basically where all the workers are, democratically own this business, and major decisions don't get made without your input as a fellow holder of equity, as a owner, right? And that's what's important about ownership. People don't realize it's not just about money. It's not just about getting paid more. It's also about having a seat at the table when these important decision-making things happen, like, are we going to stop, having adult content on our site? The one thing that's actually got us the success we have now, right? You know what I'm saying? The workers have no say-so in that, right? And the sole proprietorship that OnlyFans is, right? Because like I said, there's only two people that are directors, as you saw in that Forbes article, right? So what I'm saying, it's a very interesting, I think it's a super dope instance of, hey, we have a unique situation, a unique opportunity here to actually push for a cooperative and actually help the adult content or the sex worker industry in that respect, by giving them more power over their own lives, and not having people like Radvinsky making them billionaires. You know what I mean? Like, what's obvious is the person who wasn't necessary was Radvinsky. The people who were necessary were the people actually making the content. Those are the people who made the site what it is. You get what I'm saying? And I just, it's something I just want to keep pressing, keep pushing, and push and challenge you all on the left, people who we all scream progressive, and we oh yeah, man, we look out for marginalized communities. Well, who, name another community more marginalized than the sex worker community. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, there's not only they face stigma, they face predatory people like Radvinsky. There's a lot of issues going on there. And imagine if OnlyFans was cooperatively owned, they wouldn't, there wouldn't be such shadiness going on. The women would actually be able to decide, hey, this 20% number, is that what y'all want? Because think about it, the overhead's probably only like 10%, right? Which means the other 10% is probably like profit, or let's just say the overhead is 15%. There's, like I said, there's multiple aspects to running a business. I get it, but there definitely has to be that profit margin in there, and that profit margin does not go to the people actually creating the profit. You get what I'm saying? That's the issue, and if those women did have control over what happens with the profits, what they could choose to do is say, let's keep that number 20%, or they could say, let's bring the number down to what, just the overhead, and we keep everything else. Like, only thing that needs to be, the company needs to do is to, is this for, is the overhead. You know what I'm saying? We're doing fine. Everybody does like that, right? That could be a decision all the people that work at the cooperative make. Or they could decide, hey, let's keep this number at 20%, and with the profits, we can decide to create a secondary childcare cooperative that we can, that our parents can run, and they have ownership over that. So that way now, we're helping fund something where our kids can, a place for our kids to go while we work, or while we, live our lives, do what we need to do. And we actually be able to compensate our parents or whoever to actually, watch our kids and, and raise our kids in a manner that we deem right. Give people real control over their lives. Right. And that's, I think this is that personal agency part of change that the left lacks, saying that the right has latched onto. And all we talk about is getting the right people elected, and it's like, it ain't happening, son. Name them. You see what they doing to Nina Turner. Look at Nina Turner. I'm gonna working on a video about Nina Turner that's coming soon, man. So y'all, and I think that should be a good litmus test. I don't want to get too far into what I'm gonna talk about with Nina Turner, but saying, like, we all know she's, she truly is about that change, right? You know what I mean? And does it look like she's gonna get into that party? It looks very similar situation to defund the police to me, right? And by defund the police, I mean just, we understand that system of policing, since it's rooted in the slave brigades, we understand that It's the system that needs to be uprooted. It's not, just one person. It's not just some people. What needs to happen is everybody at the police station needs to be fired. If they want to reapply, that's fine, but it needs to be completely revamped. It's taken down from the bottom. You know what I mean? Rules rechanged, and then we go through a whole new hiring process. Yeah, you can come back and try and see if you can be an officer, see if it works for you, right? But that's what needs to happen with policing. I believe the exact same thing needs to happen with politics. I think it needs to change from the ground up. There are people in politics that are in positions that we don't actually elect, and they're always back there through multiple administrations. These people ain't going nowhere. That's why a lot of these things don't change. You know what I mean? And it's just a revolving door. And like I said, until we get everybody, I'm talking, that means Bernie too. I think everybody, I love me some Bernie, did at least, you know what I'm saying? But if true change means getting you all up out of there and getting and starting anew, that's what we need to do. But since that's not the odds of that are astronomically low, right? Borderline impossible. This is a actual way here that will actually popularize cooperatives. Like I said, this industry has been, in the background, just pushing popularizing ideas. Like I said, the subscription model, the internet itself. You get what I'm saying? This industry has proven its salt, as being the oldest profession still going. Get what I mean? And it's a very marginalized community. This is the perfect litmus test for the left to actually get real change in people's lives and actually push a social democratic idea that can actually change people's lives outside of elected politics. We ain't got to do no begging and no marching and no crying to nobody. No, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? All what needs to happen, man, actually reach out to these adult content workers, ex-adult content workers, anybody who might be, interested in something like this, right? People like Mia Khalifa. I don't know if you know her story. Shout out, she's dope. You know what I'm saying? She went through, her story is very, very crazy what she went through in the adult content industry. And it's one of those things that we need to, get her this video, spam her with this video, let her know about cooperatives, you know what I mean? Like not just her, other people, that work at OnlyFans. This is the kind of stuff that actually gets them real power over their lives. So yeah, on top of women empowerment, this can also elevate their status personally, right? This is a very marginalized community. It's looked down upon, but if these women can actually have ownership over what they're doing and, like I said, be the bigger goal be towards actually getting real change in the community, and they're actually doing that actually there's a lot more, there's a sense of pride and, the deeper sense of pride in that, right? We can bring to women, to people, to anybody in this industry that's like, yeah, man, we can do this cooperatively, have control over your body, over what you want to do, over the profits from what you're doing, you know what I mean? And actually, take those profits and apply them in ways that help change and benefit your community. You get what I'm saying? Like there's kind of no reason for it not to happen. I don't want to keep this video too long, but I did want to kind of, get that across. You see how these slimy people at the top, you know what I'm saying, we're making them billionaires, and it doesn't have to be this way, but it takes us fighting. It takes, getting out your comfort zone. People talk about how you left your, you're this person's ally, this, that, and the other, but let's see it. You know what I'm saying? This is a perfect example, man. Post it, put yourself out there. Like, these women put themselves out there to feed their kids and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, we can both mutually benefit, the left and, and this industry, you know what I mean, by this, by worker cooperatives. Send this to Professor Richard Wolff too. Get this, like the cooperative community, the left. This is the type of stuff we need to do. This is the personal agency. This is the part outside of politics that we're lacking on. This is real. This is real 4D chess, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is real 4D chess. Real, like, okay, we can set systems up outside of elected government, saying that actually gets justice for people for real. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that ownership, it's this is how you mitigate sexism. Women having power over their own decisions. So instead of having to do something strange for a piece of change, you know what I mean? They get to, and just be for that, they can literally have control over what they, if they choose to do this industry, they have control over who and what conditions and with who, you know what I mean? All those things that matter. Get what I'm saying? And like I said, if you're one of those people who are just completely against this industry and think OnlyFans is the worst thing in the world, man, I strongly disagree. You know what I mean? Like, there are too much anything's a negative, you know what I mean? And that includes adult content, man. Adult content can be terrible, can be bad if all you do is sit in your room sweating, you know what I mean? Going at yourself 15 times a day. Yeah, it's probably not good, but for somebody, it's helped me with, I was thirsty one day when thought about going to some chick's house, was like, nah, man, let me jump on the OnlyFans, and and knock one out and rethink this. And I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna work on a video today. You know what I mean? Like there's give and takes to this, man. It just takes being honest and real about this stuff, right? You know what I mean? And like I said, this is about what we're about here at Marty and the Bro is getting real change through action, you know, and we can do this. You get what I'm saying? We're getting real change in ways that we don't have to beg and ask people to try and help us, right? You know what I'm saying? If you like this idea, again, visit the co-op. You know what I'm saying? This is a co-op too, Marty and the Bro. If you want more information, martyandthebro.com. If you want to join the co-op, martyandthebro.com, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe this video. You know, get this idea out, get these ideas out to people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm just one guy, you know what I mean? And this is bigger than me, in my opinion. This isn't just about me. As you see, I plugged us at the end, but it's really about like, hey man, the idea of getting cooperatives out is important. We started this channel, this co-op to try and popularize the idea of co-ops, not only on the left, but in general. I'm out here in Texas. There's so many people on the right, when I talk to my co-ops, they're like, yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because this has nothing to do with party, none of that. You know what I'm saying? This had nothing to do with communism, socialism, nobody looks at it that way. We all understand what ownership means. You know what I'm saying? Nobody I talk to looks at it that way. And that's why this is, you know, we need to drop all the identity politics stuff, all the stuff that ain't getting no traction, and focus on what matters. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself some power, man. Like, you know, somebody who's like, oh, I wanted to stop racism. Let them know. I'm a black man from Texas. You ain't stopping racism, son. It ain't happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. There will always be racist people. Maybe one day, maybe not. But, you know, for the next 100 years, there's not going to be not racist people, right? What we can do is mitigate the damaging effects of racism. We can mitigate the damaging effects of sexism by giving people power, diluting the power from somebody at the top who, you know what I'm saying, he's the gatekeeper of, you know, saying what's allowed and what's not, and giving it to the people who actually do the work, the actual workers. And yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Definitely, again, get this out, man. This is actually one of those ideas I've been sitting on for a while, and with this news of OnlyFans happening, I thought, man, this, you know, what a better time than to put it out there. If you understand the concept and you understand the 4D chess that's going on here, definitely, man, like I said, reach out, martyandthebro.com, you know what I mean? And reach out to Professor Richard Wolf, get this video to him, get this video to people like Mia Khalifa. If you know anybody doing OnlyFans, you know what I mean? Worker ownership, mirroring the worker and owner class. That's how we get real change, man. That's the way we get real change out here, man. It's classism, right? You know what I'm saying? Even at the core of racism, there's a lot of classism, right? This class struggles at the base of it. Those other things are an issue too, but this is one of those issues we don't need elected people to figure out. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you know, us working at it. You know what I mean? And let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Yo, you like what you just saw? Make sure you like, share, subscribe so the algorithms can algorithm or whatever sorcery they do. Follow us on our socials, links all down in the description, and let's keep rocking.